So communication, effective communication at the workplace. No? Effective communication at the workplace. So if you were the employer, which will you work with? So kung ikaw ay empleyado, sige nga, saan ka magtatrabaho? Kay Mr. B o Mr. A? Si Mr. B seldom greets people. Parang hindi nag-greet ng tao, no? Comes late at work. So dumarating na lagi late. Wears what he wants. So nagsusuot na kahit anong gusto suotin. Submits works after deadline. No? Papasa ng mga kanyang job after deadline. So ibig sabihin hindi nag-follow ng deadline. Sometimes chatty, sometimes very quiet. O minsan maingay naman siya, minsan naman tahimik. Talks loud to the manager. So, parang malakas ang boses niya, wala respeto, no? Never replies to emails or answer phone calls. No, hindi nagre-reply sa email at hindi rin telephone. Hindi nagre-respond. Samantala si Mr. A naman greets everyone politely. So, binabati good morning, good afternoon. Always punctual. So laging pumapasok, hindi nalilate, no? Wears proper attire. So nakasuot ang formal attire or pang-office attire. Meets the deadline. So, on or before the deadline, nagagawa niya yung trabaho niya. Can carry proper and appropriate conversation. Nakakausap ninyo. Talks with moderate volume. Yung boses niya, monotonous voice lang. Yung pang-office talaga. Attentive and responsive to emails and calls. So, nag-respond. So, ngayon, question. Saan ka sasama? Saan ka papasok? Kay Mr. B ka ba o kay Mr. A ka? Guys.
Mr. A.
Mr. A. Okay, let's proceed. So, what lesson can Mr. A learn? Si Mr. A, ito, yung responsive, no? What lesson can Mr. A learn? So, first impression are vitally important. No? Clarify understanding, get feedback early and often, communicate effectively, skillfully and appropriately. No? So, yung yun yung lesson natin sa kanya. Then improving your communication. So we have types of communication. So number 1, verbal communication. So it is written or spoken message that uses words to exchange ideas, information. No? The means of verbal communications are it's either written communication or oral. So pwedeng sulat, pwede rin salita. No? Pag sinabi naman non-verbal communication, it is unspoken or written messages that uses body language. No? It includes facial expression, gestures, eye contact, physical appearance, etc. Yung mga pipi, di ba, usually nag-uusap sila sa mata. Diba? Yung parang may mga sinyalis lang sila. So that is non-verbal communication. No? Unlike tayo ay verbal communication. It's either you talk or you write. So types of communication. People communicate with each other in a number of ways that depend upon the message and its context in which it is being sent. So choice of communication channel and your style of communicating also affect communication. So there are variety of types of communication. So types of communication based on the communication channels used are verbal communication and non-verbal communication. So when you say verbal communication refers to an interaction which words are used to relay a message. So, kumbaga yung may conversation kayo, nag-uusap kayo, no? For effective and successful verbal communication, use words to express. So, kailangan words to express, no? Ideas which can be easily understood by the person you are talking to. Consider appropriateness, brevity, clarity, ethics, and vividness when engaging in this type of communication. So, number 1, we have appropriateness. So, this is the language that you use should be appropriate to the environment or occasion. So whether formal or informal. Then brevity. Speakers who often use simple yet precise and powerful words are found to be more credible. Kumbaga kasi may mga tao nagsasalita na minsan lang magsalita pero pag nagsalita, di ba, powerful yung sinasabi niya, more credible, kapani-paniwala. No? Kesa doon sa yung open, yung talkative, di ba? Laging daldal, lahat ng oras, lahat ng sasabi sa kanya na lang, no? Unlike doon sa minsan lang natin marinig, magsalita man sa powerful, basta kapani-paniwala, no? Kapani-paniwala sa atin. So clarity naman, the meaning of words, feelings, or ideas may be interpreted differently by a listener. Now, hence, it is essential for you to clearly state your message and express your ideas and feelings. Ethics. Words should be carefully chosen in consideration of the gender, roles, ethnicity, preferences, and status of the person or people you are talking to. Minsan pag nagsalita tayo, kailangan meron tayo may control sa sarili natin. Huwag tayo magsalita na nakakasakit ng kapwa. No? So, vividness. Words that vividly or creatively describe things or feelings usually add color and spice to communication. Hence, you are encouraged to find ways to charm your audience through the use of vivid words. So, ibig sabihin, di ba, pag ikaw ay kalmado ka na magsalita, mas ano tayo sa kanya, no? Mas nadadala tayo sa mga sinasabi niya. Non-verbal communication. So, this refers to an interaction where behavior is used to convey and represent meanings. So, all kinds of human responses that are not expressed in words are classified as non-verbal communication. No? Example of non-verbal communication are stares. Titingin ka sa tao. Smiles, ngingiti ka sa tao. Tone of voice, no, movements, manners of walking, no? So dito sa manners of walking, guys, diba, pansin natin na pag halimbawa, diba, may mga naglalakad na parang ang angas maglakad. Doon pa lang nalalaman natin yung manner ng tao na ito ay may pagkamayabang. Sa lakad pa lang, no? Standing and sitting, yung pagtayo, pag-upo, pag-stand, pag tumayo, malikot, lipat na ano, ay ano to, may something to. Now, pag-upo naman, ang likot-likot ng paa. In appearance, style of attire, ang yung pagsusot natin mga kasuutan, di ba? Then attitude towards time and space, personality, gestures, yung mga galawan, no? And others. So, mastery of non-verbal communications is important for several reasons. So, number one, it enhances and emphasizes the message of your speech, thus making it more meaningful, truthful, and relevant. So, it can communicate feelings, attitudes, and perception without you saying a word. So, dito pa lang, nakikita mo pa lang siya. Kumbaga, dito pa nakikita mo na kung anong ibig niya sabihin, no? Nakikita mo rin yung attitude niya, no? Perception. It can sustain the attention of listeners and keep them engaged in the speech. It gives the audience a preview to the type of speaker you are. It makes you appear more dynamic and animated in your delivery. It serves as channel to release tension and nervousness. It helps make your speech more dramatic. It can build a connection with listeners. It can make you a credible speaker. And it helps you vary your speaking style and avoid a monotonous delivery. So immediately, so advantage of our communication, immediately feedback, the best relationships, time saving, effective tool of persuasion, effective tools. So advantage of our communication, we have immediate feedback, better relationships, time saving, effective tool of persuasion, effective tool of group communication, economical, allows to measure effectiveness immediately. It's the only way out during an emergency. So that's the advantage of oral communication. No? So, kumbaga sa oral communication, instant answer. No? So, disadvantage of oral communication. Now, lack of retention or documentation. So, distortion in passing the message, no legal validity, possibility of misunderstanding. Kasi minsan pag nagsalita tayo, di ba, on the spot, nagsasalita ka, sinasabi ka, minsan nakakasakit din. So, may possibility na ikaw ay nagtatampo, hindi mo naintindihan kung sinasabi ng kausap mo. No, unsuitable for long messages. So, it is constrained by physical barriers. So, not effective when the target group is spread out. No? So, communication, bawa, iwahiwalay ang grupo. Nagsasalita ka dyan. So, hindi siya effective. Kasi nga, magkakalayo. Iba naririnig, yung iba hindi. So, written communication. Yun, ito guys, sa oral to ha, sa oral yung sinasabi ko. Now, let's put it to written communication. So, the power of writing is eloquently expressed in the saying, pen is mightier than the sword. No? Written communication has to acquire great significance in the life of individuals as well as business organization. So methods of written communication in an organization includes letters, memoranda, notices, circulars, agenda, manuals, handbooks, reports, orders, inquiries, complaints, quotations, contracts, etc. Diba? Kapag halimbawa sa isang company, no, ito namemohan ka, may nagawa ka, may violation ka. So, through written communication, kasi doon nakikita, nababasa. At saka doon, pwede ka pumirma, na kapag dinanay mo, pwede kang kasuhan. Okay? Advantages of written communication. Ready reference, legal defense. Yan, yung sinabi ko kanina, di ba? Pag nakasulat ka, nakapirma ka, so, yun, pwede kang ihabla. Now, promotes uniformity, mass access, suitable for distance communication, yung malayuan. Now, kapag written, no, through text or through email, di ba, automatic na babasa kahit saan lugar ka pa, saan lupalop ka. So, makakaabot agad, no? Real time. And then, suitable for distance communication, image building, accurate and unambiguous, permanent in nature, permits substitution and revision. So that's the advantages. So disadvantages of written communication. It is limited to literature world. Time consuming. Siyempre, maglalaan ka ng oras para mag-type. Now, lot of paperwork. Needs expertise and expression. Lack of immediate feedback. Costly. No? So, siyempre, costly. Ibig sabihin, gagastos ka, magpapaplate ka pa eh. No? Now, more man-hours needed and no immediate clarification. Now, unlike kung kapag oral na, so automatic na nagre-respond agad. O nasasagot ka kaagad. No? 4 different types of workplace communication and how to improve in each area. So, sa verbal or in-person communication. So, verbal or in-person. No? Whenever possible, use face-to-face communication in the workplace to eliminate many of the misunderstandings that can occur. Speaking directly with someone in person allow both of you to see and hear the bigger picture. As you or your team member speaks, you can see each other's facial expression and body language. No? So the emphasis on focusing on one another and conversation promotes a feeling of value and credibility. You may think it will take longer for you to leave your office and walk to the other end of the building to speak face-to-face with someone. So, but having a quick conversation rather than a multitude of emails can actually make it more efficient in the end. Okay? So, body language, facial expression. As mentioned above, your body language and facial expression play a vital role in how effective or ineffective you are at communicating with staff members. Then eye contact makes people feel acknowledged as they talk and listen. A relaxed stance with your arms with your sides encourages employees to feel comfortable in the meeting. If you rehearse that you're going to say before a meeting, do so in the front of a full-length mirror so you can see if what your body language says matches up with your words. So employees will receive your words more positively if your face expression and body language don't put them on the edge of defensive. No? Kasi pag halimbawa ikaw, nagsasalita ka, ikaw yung nagpapamiting, yung mga facial expression mo, yung galawan mo, hindi ka aya-aya, di ba? Parang walang gana yung mga makikinig sa'yo. So, phone conversations. The use of the phone is a common part of most every business day. Some people enjoy talking to team members by phone. So, others dislike it too much that they put it off until the last minute. If the staff you lead is remote and spread out throughout the state, country, or world, the phone will be a vital communication tool. So you can positively impact the effectiveness of your phone communication by doing 3 simple things. Smile while you talk, no? Habang nagsasalita ka, naka-smile ka, in an appropriate conversation, of course, no? It sounds silly, no? But it gives your voice a friendlier tone, no? Kahit hindi ka nakikita, naka-smile ka, nagsasalita ka, no? Take note before the conversation and use them to ensure you cover all points. So finally, speak clearly and slowly so your words are understood. So magsalita lang ng mabagal, malinaw, no, para maintindihan ka ng kausap mo. Phone conversation, so sample, situation, and challenges, and how to deal with a demanding customer, courtesy rules, telephone etiquette and manners, and radiate personality over the phone. So all of your senses are taken away. So use the tools that you have. Smile in your voice. Now make it a routine. Smile at you as you speak. So concentrate on the conversation at hand. Give your full attention so the person would know if you are listening. If you need to multitask like note-taking o nagsusulat ka habang nagsasalita, let the other person know. Avoid dead air, especially in business. Tell me that you're doing and tell how long will it take. Don't make her sit in complete silence wondering if you are still there. If it will take more than few minutes, ask her if you can put her on hold or if you can call her back later, or you can call her back later. Halimbawa, tumawag ka. So, pwede halimbawa, may kausap ka naman, may tumatawag. So, you can put your yung tawag on hold, no? Tapos, pwede mo siya tawagan o pwede siya tumawag ulit. No? Slow down and adapt. Now, tone and words, only thing that portrays your feelings. Express yourself in a way that makes sense to the other person. So 8 solid telephone etiquette tips. So number 1, always identify yourself at the beginning of the calls. No? Ibig sabihin, you have to say first your name. No? Sabihin mo ng pangalan mo. Be sensitive to the tone of your voice. Kailangan yung boses mo medyo monotonous. Yung professional way of speaking. No? So yung kaaya-aya yung boses. Think through exactly what you plan to say and discuss before you place a call. Do not allow interruption to occur during conversations. Especially when leaving messages, speak clearly and slowly. To build the habit of always turning off your cell phone, ringer when entering a meeting, restaurant, theater, training class, or other places. No? So, ugaliin natin, halimbawa, nanonood tayo ng sine o papasok tayo sa isang area, no? Halimbawa sa restaurant o sa isang training class. So, siyempre, pag nakaka-distract naman yung mga calls o sa cellphone natin, so as much as possible, you turn it off. No? Always speak into the telephone receiver when an even and low tone of voice. So, pag salita kayo telephone receiver, so ilapit mo sa mukha mo, ilapit mo sa bibig mo. No? Hindi yung malayo, nagsasalita ka, yung parang nag-ano lang kay video call. So, do not allow yourself to be distracted by other activities while speaking on the telephone. No, kung nagsasalita ka, mag-focus ka doon sa kausap mo. Na huwag ka lang ma-distract doon sa mga nakikita mo activities o nakikita mo sa paligid mo. No? Kapag sasalita natin ay skill. Skill yan. Likas sa inyo. No, may mga nagsasalita na bulol-bulol, likas sa sayo yan. Pag may magaling naman magsalita, magaling mag-English, likas sa sayo yan. So that is that's why communication is a skill. So be polite. So, kailangan marunong ka magsabi ng please and thank you. So, tapos look people in the eyes. Tumingin sa mata. Pag pinakausap ka ng kausap mo, you look sa mata. O kung hindi sa mata, sa bibig. Diba? Sabi ko, pag nahihiya sa mata, doon kayo tumutok sa bibig. No? Kasi parang tumingin ka lang sa mata. Take out that stupid phone earpiece. Tapos, how do I get what I want? So, of course, you have to ask. So, you have to list benefits. Talk past the sale. Improve your spoken communication skills. So, don't fear the manager. Ask questions. Active listening. So, huwag mo takutin yung superior mo. No? Pwede ka magtanong sa kanya at kung ano sasabihin niya, you have to listen. Then, with whom should I talk? So of course, sa manager, sa subordinates, sa colleagues mo, mga kasamahan mo. So, the experienced guy, the new guy, at huwag ka matatakot, no? Do not be afraid. So what should I talk about? So you have to talk about the work, your hobbies and interests, of course, sports, movies, sama television. So yung mga makapag-start ka ng conversation, no? So halimbawa, nag-usap-usap ka about basketball. So yan, makukuha mo yung attention na kausap mo, no? About movies, sa panood mo kagabi. Kakwentuhan mo siya. And then about travels, yung mga places, no? Yung mga wonders of the world, yung mga places na pwedeng puntan dito rin sa ating local sa Pilipinas. Then about the family, about her family, about his family. So yan yung mga pwede natin pag-usapan. So any topics I should avoid? Of course, dapat iwasan makipagtalo about sa mga politika, no? Makipagtalo about sa religion, about sa sex. So, kailangan avoid din yan kasi yan hindi sa, kumbaga, unethical siya. No? Sa politics, syempre, pag hindi kayo magkaparehas sa mga, di kapas ng presidente, kaparehas sa mga senador na binoto niyo, mag-aaway lang kayo. Sa religion, kasi magkakaiba tayo, but we have to respect our religion. No? Kanya-kanyang pinapaniwala. So, hayaan natin sila yun ang paniwala. Huwag yung nag-uusap kayo about sa religion, nagtalo-talo na kayo. No? And then, things to check at the door. Prejudices and vulgarities. No? And improve your written communication skills. No? Spell and grammar check. Assume everything you write is public. Then be concise. Avoid jargon. Active voice. Elements of style by strong and wide. So goals of effective communication. So early feedback, frequent feedback, verify understanding, be inclusive, keep it professional, fear not. So a word of caution, so balance. And finally, be brief. No? Okay, so that's the end.